Welcome to the Deep Dive. We deliver the core insights you need to get smarter, faster. Today, we're looking at something pretty painful, honestly. The fact that most entrepreneurs, well, they're struggling.
Yeah, the stats are grim. Our sources show something like 8 out of 10 businesses just don't make it.
And it's not usually because they aren't selling enough or not working hard enough.
No, it's profitability.
Hmm.
Or, more accurately, the lack of it. We see so many businesses that are basically just, well, cash-eating monsters.
Sucking up every dollar.
Exactly. You could have millions in revenue on paper, but still be teetering on the edge, maybe one bad month away from just collapsing.
That sounds like financial servitude, not success.
It really is.
So our mission today is to dig into a system that claims it can stop that cycle, cold. We're doing a deep dive into the ideas in Profit First. It promises a pretty fundamental fix.
And it all boils down to one core idea, ditching that old accounting formula. You know the one.
Sales minus expenses equals profit.
That's the one, where profit is just whatever's left over, if anything.
A hope, basically.
Yeah, a hope. This flips it. The new formula, the Profit First formula, is sales minus profit equals expenses.
So you take the profit out first, purposefully.
You got it. It works with your habits, not against them. Pay yourself, pay your business first.
Okay, let's start where most people are living the pain. The sources get really personal about this.
Oh, absolutely. The author himself talks about hitting absolute rock bottom. Valentine's Day, 2008, lost everything.
Wow.
Reduced to tears, and his little girl, just 9 years old, slides her piggy bank over, offers him everything she has saved.
Oh, man, that's heartbreaking, but powerful.
It was the catalyst. And it's not just him. We hear about another entrepreneur, Debbie Horovich.
What happened with her?
She did the initial assessment the book recommends, looked at her numbers honestly for the first time, and just broke down, sobbing. Realized her business had been slowly sinking for a decade.
How does that happen? How do smart people get caught like that?
It's the default behavior. It's what almost everyone does. Bank balance accounting.
You mean just logging in, checking the balance?
Yep.
Yep. You, the listener, you probably do this. See a nice high number after a client pays.
Feels good for a minute.
Right. You feel kind of rich.
Yeah.
And then you spend based on that feeling.
Until the bills hit. Then the balance craters and the panic starts.
It's that check-to-check, panic-to-panic cycle. It's exhausting, and it's definitely not sustainable.
And trying to just sell more doesn't fix it, does it? The idea of growing your way out of problems.
Oh, that just makes it worse, usually. Growth without profit, that's only half the picture.
The source said a great analogy, like a bodybuilder with huge arms but skinny legs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Looks impressive, throws a punch, maybe high sales, but can't stand up. No foundation, no profit structure.
So growing just creates a bigger monster, a $3 million cash eater instead of a $300,000 one.
Precisely. And it's harder to manage, harder to feed.
And the standard accounting method, GAAP, it actually encourages this.
Well, it doesn't help. GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles, it puts sales first, then expenses. Profit is down at the bottom.
The residual, the leftover. Yeah, so your focus naturally goes to sales and expenses. Profit becomes this thing you hope appears magically at the end.
So it's not just math, it's behavioral. GAAP kind of programs you to ignore profit until it's maybe too late.
I think that's fair to say. It measures what happened, sure, but it doesn't really guide you on current efficiency or health in a way that clicks psychologically.
So if logic and the proper rules are working against you,
you need a system that works with you, with how humans actually behave around money.
And that's the promise of Profit First,
Yeah.
right? It leverages habits instead of fighting them.
Exactly. You don't need a personality transplant or become a numbers whiz overnight. You just change the structure.
Okay, so what are the core psychological ideas here?
There are 4 main ones. First up is the small plate philosophy. It's tied to Parkinson's law.
Small plates, like dieting. If you have a smaller plate, you eat less.
Pretty much. Give someone a huge plate, they fill it and eat it all. Small plate, same thing. Fill it and eat it all. Your big single operating bank account, that's the giant plate.
Ah, I see. And Parkinson's law.
It says demand expands to meet supply. Got a week for a project. It'll take a week. Got $10,000 in your main account.
You'll find $10,000 worth of things to spend it on.
You betcha. Because it's there, it's available, it's tempting. So Profit Feast forces you to shrink the plate. Shrink that operating account.
Create the feeling of having less cash, even if the total revenue is the same.
Exactly. Think about squeezing the last bit of toothpaste from the tube, You get creative, right? Frugal, that's the innovation we want. It drives efficiency. It finds the profit.
Okay, that makes sense. What's principle number 2?
The primacy effect. We tend to focus on whatever we see first.
So if profit comes first in the formula, sales minus profit equals expenses.
Then profit gets the attention it deserves. It's not an afterthought anymore. It's locked in.
And number 3, removing temptation.
Yep. If that profit money stays in your main operating account, you will dip into it. You'll borrow from it when things get tight. Promise yourself you'll pay it back.
But usually don't.
Right. So you have to physically move it. Separate accounts. Out of sight, out of mind. Like hiding the junk food.
Makes sense. And the last one, enforcing a rhythm.
Yes. Think about healthy eating again. 5 small meals a day prevents binging and starving, right?
Yeah, keeps your metabolism stable.
Same idea with money. A regular, predictable financial rhythm checking in, allocating funds on specific dates prevents the financial equivalent of binging, spending big after a deposit, and starving, panic when cash is low.
It smooths out the chaos.
Exactly. Controlled, frequent cash management.
All right, theory sounds solid, but let's get practical. How do people actually do this? Step 1.
Step 1 is crucial. It's the instant assessment. You gotta face the music first.
Get that painful clarity they talk about.
That's the phrase. You need to know where you really stand before you change anything.
And this involves calculating something called real revenue.
Correct. It's not just your total sales. You take your top line revenue and immediately subtract the cost of materials and any subcontractors.
Why do that?
It simplifies things. It shows you the actual size of the business you are operating, not just the money flowing through.
Okay, give me an example.
That real estate agency example is good. Say $5 million in revenue, but $4 million goes straight out as commissions to agents.
So they're really running a $1 million business, operationally speaking.
Exactly. You need to base your financial targets on that $1 million, not the $5 million. The assessment then compares your actual historical percentages for profit, owner's pay, tax, and expenses against target percentages.
LEPs.
Target allocation percentages.
Yep. These are goals based on what financially healthy, successful companies in your revenue range actually achieve.
Okay, clarity achieved. Step 2 is setting up the structure, the accounts.
Right. This is the modern take on your grandma putting cash into envelopes labeled mortgage, food, etc. But with bank accounts.
How many accounts do we need?
5 foundational ones. Mandatory.
Okay, what are they?
1. Income. Think of this as the main serving tray. All revenue lands here first. No bills paid from here.
Got it.
2.
Profit. This is for your reward and eventually maybe some strategic investment or debt reduction.
3.
Owner's comp pay. Compensation. This is your salary, your regular paycheck. Crucial.
4.
TX. Self-explanatory. Money set aside specifically for taxes. Don't get caught short.
And number 5 must be
OPEX. Operating expenses. This is the account you pay bills from. And importantly, this is your small plate. It only gets what's left after profit, owner's comp, and tax are taken out.
Okay, 5 accounts. But wait, step 3 was removing temptation. How do these accounts do that if they're all at my main bank?
Ah, good point. That's where the no temptation banks come in.
Separate banks.
Yes. Specifically, you set up 2 savings accounts at a different, ideally somewhat inconvenient bank. Bank number 2.
Which accounts go there?
Your profit hold account and your tax hold account. These are holding pens. Money goes in, but it's harder to get out.
Out of sight, out of mind. Like the Peter Laughter story. Asking the bank manager for inconvenient options.
Exactly. Make it require extra steps, multiple authorizations, whatever it takes. You can't just easily transfer money out on impulse. Make it difficult to steal from your future self.
I like that commitment. Okay, step 4 must be about dividing the money up, right? Allocation.
Correct. You know your TAPs, the targets, but you don't start there necessarily. You start with your CAPs.
CKPs, current allocation percentages.
Right. What you're actually doing now, day 0, your profit CIP might be 0%, your tax cap might be 0%.
So what's the first move?
It's always small but immediate. You must start by allocating 1% to profit, 1% to owner's comp, and 1% to tax. Right away.
Even if it feels impossible.
Especially then, because that forces a 3% reduction in your OPEX cap immediately. You have to find 3% work of savings or efficiencies from day 1. No excuses. It forces the change.
Okay, forced efficiency from the start. Then step 5 brings in that rhythm you mentioned.
Yes, the 10-25 rhythm. Simple but powerful.
What happens on the 10th and 25th?
Twice a month, on those dates, you look at your income account, the serving tray. See how much cash is collected there since the last transfer.
And you move it all out.
All of it. You transfer it into the other 4 accounts. Profit, owner's comp, tax, and OPEX according to your current C keys.
So it's like payday for the whole system.
Exactly. Predictable, controlled, frequent. It stops the cash flow chaos and panic.
Okay, but let's talk about debt. This sounds great if you're breaking even, but what if you're deep in the hole? How can you take a profit, even 1%, if you owe money?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's probably the most counterintuitive part.
Seems like you should put every penny towards debt first.
That's the old thinking. The profit-first approach says you must implement the system, including taking that small profit, even when in debt, maybe especially when in debt.
Why? How does that help?
Because if you wait until the debt is gone, you haven't built the habit or the system of efficiency. You'll likely slide back into the same spending patterns that created the debt.
So taking the profit forces the OPEX shrinkage, which is the real key to getting and staying out of debt.
Exactly. You have to fix the underlying operational inefficiency first. The 1% profit builds the muscle.
Okay, so you implement the system. Then what about the debt itself? The sources mention a debt freeze.
Yes, that's about stopping the bleeding. You identify your target OPEX based on the TAPs, maybe even aim 10% below it initially. Cut ruthlessly.
Categorize expenses.
Yeah. P for profit generating, R for replaceable with cheaper alternatives, U for unnecessary. Cut the US, find the Rs, stop automatic payments, maybe even get new credit card numbers to break old automated habits. Stop digging the hole deeper.
And then attacking the existing pile of debt.
They recommend combining profit first with something like Dave Ramsey's debt snowball.
Right.
Pay off the smallest debt first for that psychological win, that momentum.
Makes sense, but where does the money come from?
From your quarterly profit distribution. Remember that profit account you've been feeding 1% or more into?
Okay, so that profit gets used for debt.
Almost all of it. Here's the crucial bit. Allocate 99% of that quarterly distribution to smash your debt. Snowball it.
But what about the other 1%?
This is non-negotiable. You must take that 1% and use it for a personal reward, a celebration.
Seriously, even when drowning in debt?
Absolutely. It could be small, a nice dinner, a movie, whatever. That tiny bit of pleasure reinforces the positive habit. It makes the painful process of debt reduction sustainable. Without the reward, you're more likely to give up. It feeds the psychological need.
That's smart. Building in the reward loop. And does this actually work? Are there results?
Oh, yeah. The sources are packed with examples. Christian Maxon. Increased profit by $250,000. That's a 50% jump in under 2 years.
Wow. Anyone else?
Paul Finney at October Kitchen saw 500% growth in weekly sales, which is great, but also cut food costs by 20%. That's efficiency paying off alongside growth.
So growth became profitable growth.
Exactly. And Keith Veer's story is wild. Hot air balloon company, over $1 million in revenue. But he still needed a full-time job just to live.
After implementing profit first.
Initial net profit jumped 1,721% year over year. Changed his life.
That's incredible. So the real goal isn't just massive sales, it's efficiency leading to freedom.
Pretty much. Financial freedom, as defined in the book, is when the money, your existing money, makes interest. Investments from your profit account eventually brings in more each year than you spend.
And you get there by being efficient, like a specialist.
Yeah, like the heart surgeon analogy. They do fewer things, but exceptionally well, and command a premium. The real path to wealth isn't just working harder or selling more volume. It's about doubling results with half the effort. That's efficiency.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Key takeaways from this deep dive.
The big one. Profit isn't an event, it's not luck, it's a habit.
Something you build into the system, non-negotiable.
Right. Flip the formula. Sales profit, expenses. Set up those 5 core accounts. Use that separate, inconvenient bank for profit and tax holds.
And stick to the 10-25 rhythm. Pay the system first.
Do that, and you structure your business for permanent profitability. You take control.
All right, that leaves us with a final thought, something to chew on.
Yeah, think about the basketball player Rick Barry, Hall of Famer.
Okay.
When he shot free throws, he used the granny style underhand.
Oh, yeah. Looked kind of goofy, right?
Totally goofy. Other players, even legends like Shaq or Wilt Chamberlain, wouldn't touch it. It wasn't cool. They stuck with the overhand shot.
But Barry
hit almost 90% of his free throws, way higher than the guys using the cooler but less effective conventional method. He scored more points that way.
Huh. Interesting.
So the question for you, the listener, is this. What is your business's granny-style shot?
Meaning the simple, maybe unconventional, possibly slightly embarrassing system,
that you're maybe too self-conscious or stuck in your ways to implement right now.
but which might just be the absolute key to unlocking maximum unstoppable profit for your business.
Think on that. Until next time.